Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series. You join me over here as we have a lot in the last few episodes in the mushroom biome, but something has changed. I have a new cape given to me by migrating my Minecraft account. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but it's quite interesting at the moment. But that is not why we are over here. We are over here to make progress and beautify. Today on the docket, we have a project that we spoke about in the last episode and even gathered resources for. We are going to build a building around the dripstone farm, and the reason I'm down here and not over there is because I have already started. I have put up 2 of the walls, and I am really loving the way that the design is coming along. It's taking a long time to put together. It's quite intricate, but I am going to show you the progress that I have made so far right now in the form of a third-person time-lapse. So, let's get it going. And there it is. I am really happy with how this building is coming along. It's very industrial and formidable looking, and I have even put in a bit of a door mechanism to go in and get the drops, but as you can see, it is definitely not complete. This side is going to be the same as that side with the 3 large windows with the tinted glass. This end is obviously the entrance, and this end is actually going to be like a back wall. It's going to have windows. It's not going to have a door like the other side, so it's going to be slightly different. And then we're going to put a sort of flat roof on this. And yeah, it is coming along really, really nicely. You can see the farm at work in there as well, and you can see it working throughout the building process. And because of that, we now have a ton of dripstone. This farm is very, very efficient. I am thinking about a way to change this so that it will stop itself automatically when it is full. Trying to come up with a way to do that because the storage is on this end. I may have to run a line of redstone to this side to lock it for when it is full, because we need to essentially lock this timing grid here. But I also thought of a way that I could possibly take a signal and lock our system on this side, our return system. But if we do that, I'm not sure how we then trigger it again. So we will have to take a look at that. There may be a way to fully extend these pistons and then retract them on it not being full anymore. So not sure which way I'm going to go, but I definitely want to do that. But we also want to put the other walls in, and you can also probably see that I have been slowly flattening this area over here as well a little bit to get it closer to on par with this area. It's never going to be on par. We are going to have a little bit of a slope down in the road over here as well as the road comes this way. I haven't decided exactly where the road is going to come over yet, but I have been slowly sort of terraforming, and I've been putting grass where I've been filling in big holes and things, because eventually we do want it to be, well, mostly buildings, but anywhere where it's grass, we want it, or mycelium, we do want it to be grass. So that's kind of why I've stopped majorly terraforming, because in a lot of places I'm just going to put a building and I don't need to really remove the mycelium where I'm going to put in a building, but where it is still going to be grass, I do need to terraform. So this sort of shore over here, I don't plan on putting a road down on this bottom side right away. So the road will come to here and then probably have like a loop back. So that is why I've sort of made this grass, and I'll continue the grass over in that direction. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this has come along, and I can even show you the little door mechanism that I've put in. I just hid it behind this wall here, and it's just an observer, a note block, and 2 sticky pistons. So we're single ticking and pulling these 2 blocks of the door away, just like that, and they go back in place. So we're not opening the whole door or anything crazy, but it is a nice efficient way to get in here and get our drops, which eventually I believe I'll probably take this block and throw a comparator in, just so that we always have a full double chest, but we're not unnecessarily running flying machines once it's full, because flying machines are quite heavy on the server. They do take up a lot of MSPT, which causes lag, so we don't want to go too crazy. But I'm really liking this, and the tinted glass is exactly what we needed. Once this whole thing is closed in, you're going to see that we just get a nice glow from the inside of this. It's not too bright or too dark. I might even still take out some of the sea lanterns to make it even a little bit darker inside. But yes, it is coming along really, really nicely, and this design is working out as well. So, and then of course we'll put a ceiling over top of this big water pit here. So, but now this black concrete that I was putting in as I was building up the farm will make sense. It probably didn't at the time, but yeah, that is behind the windows and things on the ends, just because we needed a wall essentially to stop the drops from flying off the end with the flying machines. And we needed the 3 rows of hoppers to be able to pull the drops off of the top of blocks, like if something gets stuck on top of the honey. I can show you probably if I throw something on there. Oh, there you go. You see it right there. Since honey and slime aren't full blocks, things can get sucked through them. So when this goes back over to that side, you will see these couple pieces of dripstone get sucked into the hoppers. We will see that as soon as it gets back, just like that. There, they're gone. So that is all of the mechanics there, and the wall is just to stop anything that gets pretty much punched by the top or bottom flying machines. So this is coming along really, really nicely, and like I said, at some point we are going to be putting roads that go all around here. There's going to be a road that goes all the way around the park. I believe I've got a design set out that is 5 blocks wide. And we're going to be using the new blocks from 1.17. We're going to be using these here, the slate and the polished, or tiled and the polished version of the deep slate, which is going to look really nice. And we're going to give it like almost like a tram track sort of look as well, to give it like an older city vibe. I don't know how many like super modern buildings I'm going to do. I definitely am going to do some, but the buildings that I have planned immediately, I have a couple in mind in design phase. They are a little bit older looking, as is this one. And again, we're going to put another industrial sort of looking facility around that over there, around these 2 farms. It'll sit across from this. It's going to be a different design, a bit darker than this. The granite and brick is a bit bright on the industrial scale. This is going to be a little bit darker to contrast. So things are definitely coming along. That is actually why this gap is perfectly spaced for 2 sidewalks and a road, so that we'll be able to put a road in there. But I do have all of the blocks ready to go to put the last 2 walls on this, and also put a roof on it. So that is what we are going to do now, and of course I'm going to do it in the form of a 3rd-person time-lapse. So without further ado, let's get it going. are back, and take a look at this absolutely beautiful building which we have constructed. It is now finished on all sides, and you can now see the effect of the tinted glass as well, making the inside quite dark. We have the last side. This is the side without the door, and this is the side with the door. Of course, we have our somewhat secret entrance to pop through here and get our items, which is now full, it turns out. Interesting. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to create the redstone, and ooh, oh well, only lose one every once in a while there, and that observer is unavoidable. So short of, I suppose I could stack more blocks on top of it, make a line between those two, and then nothing would get stuck there. I might do that. But yes, this is now a fully functional and fully designed farm. I'm almost out of rockets here. Looking really, really nice. And oh, my render distance is quite low at the moment. I should up that. But yeah, that is looking good. And there it's running again. Let's just grab ourselves a couple more rockets here. And then let's go and take a look over here. This is another thing that I have been doing in between. It's actually been about 3 days since that last clip. What I have done is I've gone along here and I have stripped the dirt and mycelium off of this whole area. And the reason I haven't taken out all of the stone yet, though I have started, is actually because I have a beacon problem. Basically, once you get just too far away here, not as far as I want to dig, you'll actually see that our beacon effects are running out, and if we stay here for too long, we could instant mine for a minute, but as soon as those beacon effects go away there, we can't instant mine anymore. So we could take out the grass and the mycelium and even gravel, which there's some there still, without that, but we cannot get rid of all of this stone without more beacons. And I am out of beacons, and I've thought about where I could also just take beacons from, but I don't really just want to go and steal beacons from other places to put them here. I kind of want permanent beacons because I'd like a proper beacon grid here. So basically, I'm stuck with going to the nether and farming wither skeleton skills, which, God, I did so many a long time ago, and I haven't done it for so long. I actually, a long time ago, started building a wither skeleton farm, which you can probably see by the number of buttons that are in the nether. But I never actually finished it, and so the farm doesn't work. But I have been into the nether for a little bit, and I've gathered 4 skulls. To do what I want to make a little bit more of a grid, I actually want 1 beacon there, 1 beacon there, and 1 beacon there. So I need at least 3 more beacons, so 4 skulls out of 9 is what I've got right now. So I need to make my way back into the nether and kill some more wither skeletons. So here we are up at our sort of above the bedrock area, and here is the hole that I made a long time ago to get through. As you can see, this is the area that I was talking about that I started putting buttons on, and then I just got absolutely tired of it because it's such a monumental task. And then if you look over here, that box is actually what I was designing as a wither skeleton farm right here, and you can even see the piglin and everything in there. So it is actually a working farm. It's just the rates are pretty much 0 because there's so many spawning spaces for wither skeletons. It's also pretty close to our blaze farm, but it doesn't activate the blaze farm. So basically, to run this thing, all you have to do is come down here, and where is it? Here. So this is where they fall down, and then of course this is not 3 blocks tall, so you can just stand here until they come in and then kill them with the looting effect. But yeah, like I said, we would have to knock out all spawning spaces within 128 blocks to make this actually work. And I started buttoning this a long time ago, but the amount of work that is just insane. I mean, just think about it like this. Like, that's a stack, and then we have to walk along and just place buttons until every single spawning space within 128 blocks is filled, and that is many, many hundreds and hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of buttons. So it is definitely doable, but it's something that I'm just not sure is worth it in a single player world. If this was, there you go, there's a stack, and then we need another stack. If this was a world where there were a lot of people playing and we needed a lot of beacons, it might be worth it, but for me and for this world, I just don't think it is. Now, I know that there are other ways to do it. You can flood with lava, you can use other things to block spawning spaces, you can slab, you can pressure plate, things like that, but nothing that's really going to be faster than just placing blocks. And there you go, that's 2 stacks of stone, and not much actually accomplished. So yeah, I think for the time being what I have to do is just kill wither skeletons the old-fashioned way, which is sort of run through here until they spawn. And unfortunately what I've actually done is block a lot of the spawning space for them because they're only able to spawn on certain blocks. So I've actually sort of done myself a disservice by doing this project halfway. It's not the best, and honestly, if I want to farm them, I should probably go to another... oh goodness, don't blow me up, Mr. Gas. I should probably go to a... that was pretty slick. Another nether fortress, but yeah, so I'm just going to find somewhere where I can get myself some wither skeleton skulls and grind out 9 of them. Okay, so I have made my way over to another nether fortress, not too far away. And now I am just making my way around, breaking the blaze spawners, getting myself some wither skeletons, and we're just going to do this one the old-fashioned way. At some point I do still kind of want to make a wither skeleton farm, but at this point it is just too much, so... we're just going to get ourselves 9 wither skeleton skulls this way by just moving around this fortress. And oh, here we go. Let's just take that out and get rid of these guys, just to give ourselves as much wither skeleton spawns as possible and hopefully not die here. Come on, don't be on fire. There we go. And yeah, so just keep moving around here and doing what we can. There's quite a few tunnels here. There we go. Just like this one where there's not a lot of other places for things to spawn. So this place should be pretty good. I was just getting shot by something there. So like these, right? So there's not a lot of places for things to spawn other than wither skulls and wither skeletons. And like this. So it makes the spawning of them more likely, essentially. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep going around here. We'll get rid of as many blaze as we can. And I'll be here until I have 9 wither skeleton skulls. Now, I've actually found quite an efficient way to do this. There is a large lava lake next to this fortress, which sort of blocks spawns. And oh, goodness gracious, he moved fast. Which sort of blocks spawns, and because of that, what I can do is fly away and then fly back, and each time I do that, they sort of spawn again. So let me show you here. I'm being shot by skeletons, but it's this way. So right over here, basically, if I'm in the middle of this, nothing can spawn in the nether. And then as we fly back, you can see that things spawn in like crazy, including wither skeletons. Unfortunately, it also includes blaze, but that's okay. So this is what we kind of have to do, just over and over again here, until we get the wither skeletons that we need. And we're back. I'm just spending some time here at the XP machine, repairing my tools and things, just like there. Get my shovel repaired, get this shovel repaired, get this pickaxe repaired. This is one of the best things I have done. And stop. Lots of repair, and actually too much. But that is good. I need to get rid of some of these extra tools in my inventory, but I have... let's just take this with us. I have dropped off what we got down below. I have to say one of the best things that I've ever done is sort out my ender chest so that I have all the things I need with me, like shulker boxes and tools and things, and rockets and golden carrots and things. Anyway, this is what we got. I ended up getting the last few pretty quickly. Like I was there killing wither skeletons for probably about an hour, but then I got like 3 in a row, which pushed me past 9. And then I was like, why don't I just get 12? And then I ended up with 13 because I got literally 2 in a row. So we did really well near the end. It was a bit slower in the beginning, but we now have enough to make 4 beacons, which means we need to kill 4 withers, which I'll probably do in between episodes. I've shown me killing withers lots of times on the channel, so that is going to be for the next episode. We are going to set up a little beacon grid, and we're going to do some excavating probably in the episode and in between episodes, because I want to clear this out and I want to clear all of this out. And I'm also working on a design for that building over there. I'm working on some other farms. We've got so many things on the go, but this has already been a long episode with building this up and everything else. So that is unfortunately where I am going to have to call it for today. But I just want to thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. But I will see you in the next one. Bye.